Hello and welcome in the top 10 best smartphones of 2020. We're constantly updating our best phones list for this reason, to make sure you're buying the absolute top smartphone for your needs. The Samsung Galaxy S20 series shook up our rankings, but also consider the iPhone 11 or Galaxy Note 10. Why we have more than one pick? We have a top pick, but not everyone looks for the same smartphone features. Some demand Apple's iMessage and FaceTime, so that means sticking with iOS 13, and, soon, iOS 14, while others will want infinite customizations and Google Assistant, which is available in Android 10. Likewise, AT&T plans, Verizon plans, or T-Mobile plans may sway your preference. The best AT&T phone may not be available on Verizon, and vice versa. We've seen more unlocked phones in the US, but not all of them are available for every carrier. Almost all smartphone prices have crept up to and above $1,000, so you'll want to take your decision seriously. We're here to guide you through the top phone picks with all of the expertise we've gained doing phone reviews. The best phone in 2020? It has a large display, yet it is easy to handle, packs a camera suite capable of replacing a point and shoot, and has enough processor power and battery to get work done while you're on the go. You won't find slow smartphones with anything less than all-day battery life on this ranked phone list. 5G phones are becoming a megapixel shortened and more prevalent, as Android handsets use the Snapdragon 865 chipset. We're still waiting on a 5G iPhone, and foldable phones will one day become a big deal. Maybe when the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 gets here. Right now, they're too pricey. 1. Samsung Galaxy S20, S20 Plus. The big phone is the best, but the standard is also great. Release date, March 2020, weight, 186 grams, dimensions, 166.9 by 76 by 8.8 millimeters, OS, Android 10, screen size, 6.7 inch, resolution, 3200 x 1440, CPU, Snapdragon 865, RAM, 12 GB, storage, 128/512 of a gigabyte, up to 1 TB with card, battery, 4,500 mAh, rear camera, 12 megapixels 64 megapixels 12 megapixels, front camera, 10 megapixels. 2. iPhone 11. The best new iPhone for most people. Weight, 194 grams, dimensions, 150.9 by 75.7 by 8.3 millimeters, OS, iOS 13, screen size, 6.1 inch, resolution, 828 by 1792, CPU, A13 Bionic, RAM, 4 GB, storage, 64/128 256 of a gigabyte, battery, unknown, rear camera, 12 megapixels 12 megapixels, front. 3. Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. The best if you enjoy really big phones. Release date, August 2019, weight, 196 grams, dimensions, 162.3 by 77.2 by 7.9 millimeters, OS, Android 9, screen size, 6.8 inch, CPU, Exynos 9825, Snapdragon 855, RAM, 12 GB, storage, 256/512 of a gigabyte, battery, 4,300 mAh, rear camera, 12 megapixels 12 megapixels 16 megapixels TOF, front camera, 10 megapixels. 4. iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max. The spec superior iPhone. Release date, September 2019 and weight, 226 grams and dimensions, 158 by 77.8 by 8.1 millimeters and OS, iOS 13 and screen size, 6.5 inch in resolution, 1242 by 2688 and CPU, A13 Bionic and RAM, 4 GB DBC and storage, 64/256/512 of a gigabyte and battery, 3,500 mAh DBC and rear camera, 12 megapixels 12 megapixels 12 megapixels and front camera, 12 megapixels. 5. OnePlus 8 Pro. Chasing Samsung and Apple with fantastic value. Release date, April 2020 and weight, 199 grams and dimensions, 165.3 by 74.35 by 8.5 millimeters and OS, Android 10 and screen size, 6.78 inch in resolution, 3168 by 1440 and CPU, Snapdragon 865 and RAM, 8/12 of a gigabyte and storage, 128/256 of a gigabyte and battery, 4,510 mAh and rear camera, 48 megapixels, 5 megapixels, 8 megapixels and front camera, 16 megapixels. 6 iPhone SE, 2020. The cheapest new iPhone for 2020. Release date, April 2020 and weight, 148 grams and dimensions, 138.4 by 67.3 by 7.3 millimeters and iOS 13 and screen size, 4.7 inch and resolution, 1134 by 750 and CPU, A13 Bionic and RAM, 3 GB and storage, 64/128/256 of a gigabyte and battery, 1,821 mAh and rear camera, 12 megapixels and front camera, 7 megapixels. 7 Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. The ultimate flagship, at a final price. Release date, March 2020 and weight, 166 grams and dimensions, 166.9 by 76 by 8.8 millimeters and Android 10 and screen size, 6.9 inch and resolution, 3200 by 1440 and CPU, Snapdragon 865 and RAM, 12/16 of a gigabyte and storage, 128/512 of a gigabyte and battery, 5,000 mAh and rear camera, 108 megapixels, 48 megapixels, 12 megapixels and front camera, 40 megapixels. 8 Samsung Galaxy S10, S10 Plus. The big phone outshines its smaller sibling. Release date, March 2019 and weight, 175 grams, 198 grams, ceramic, and dimensions, 157.6 by 74.1 by 7.8 millimeters and Android Pie and screen size, 6.4 inch and resolution, 3040 x 1440 and CPU, Snapdragon 855 and RAM, 8/12 of a gigabyte and storage, 128/512 of a gigabyte/1 terabyte, up to 1.5 terabytes with card, and battery, 4,100 mAh and rear camera, 12 megapixels, 16 megapixels and front camera, 10 megapixels, 8 megapixels. 9 OnePlus 7 Pro. The pop-up camera will lure you in, but the 90Hz screen will get you to stay. Release date, May 2019 and weight, 206 grams and dimensions, 162 by 75 by 8.8 millimeters and Android Pie and screen size, 6.67 inch and resolution, Quad HD and CPU, Snapdragon 855 and RAM, 6/8/12 of a gigabyte and storage, 128/256 of a gigabyte and battery, 4,000 mAh and rear camera, 48 megapixels, 8 megapixels, 16 megapixels and front camera, 16 megapixels. 10 Google Pixel 4 XL. Still top cameras, and a few odd new features. Release date, October 2019 and weight, 193 grams and dimensions, 160.4 by 75.1 by 8.2 millimeters and Android 10 and screen size, 6.3 inch in resolution, 1440 by 3040 and CPU, Snapdragon 855 and RAM, 6 GB and storage, 64 GB/128 and battery, 3,700 mAh and rear camera, 12.2 megapixels, 16 megapixels and front camera, 8 megapixels. Finally, I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. This encourages us very much. And thank you for watching.